Welcome to Manitoba Bushcrafting and Reviews. I'm Alex, and I'm going to do an update on my boots that I got. They are Belleville intermediate cold wet weather boots for the U.S. Army. And I told you in previous videos that they would start to get dirty. And surprisingly, I've been out doing stuff outside and they have not gotten really dirty. They did get some black wood residue on them, and I wiped it off with a damp cloth, and for it being suede leather, they cleaned up pretty nicely. Tread's still holding out fine on them. I have discovered their limits in the temperature rating. The little tag that it comes with tells you that it's good to minus 12 Celsius. I forget what it is in Fahrenheit. But I pushed them to -15 the one night, and I was in snow probably up to right about there, and I felt the cold on my foot, even with the Gore-Tex liner and these little booty liners that come with it. I just felt the cold, so I'm guessing -15 and colder, and your feet will start to get cold if you're not doing manual labor. Because I wasn't doing manual labor, I was just standing there waiting for somebody. But I was in deep enough snow that it covered the majority of the boot, and I could feel the cold on my feet. So I'm gonna call it and probably say -15 is about the limit for these boots if you're going to be outside for a long period of time. If you're just like going outside, getting in a car, driving somewhere, getting outside, getting back into your car or into a shack or wherever you are when you're working, it wouldn't be too bad. But if you're standing outside for, I'd say, a half an hour and -15 and you're not really doing much, you will get cold feet. So I thought I'd let you know that. Belleville makes a boot with 600 gram insulation built right into the boot, and they're Gore-Tex as well. And this has the booties with 200 grams of insulation. I would say if you're in a colder climate, get those boots. I forget the exact model of them, but you'd probably be better off spending the extra $80 to get those if you're in a really cold climate. I live in Canada, so in the wintertime it can drop to -40 in a heartbeat. So these probably aren't ideal for winters in Canada. They'll make a nice fall boot. They'd make a decent spring boot. Summertime you might get hot, remove the liners, and they could be okay for you in the summertime if you remove the liners. Anything else I can say about these boots? Everything's holding up. Stitching is excellent. Lacing them up is nice and easy. I do find the heel a little bit, like there's a tiny hot spot in the back of the heel on these boots. Other than that, they seem to work just fine in mild cold weather, which is what they're designed for, and anything colder than -15. I'd recommend the usgi bunny boot, the big ones that are rubber, and then they got a wool blend insulation and then rubber over that. So it's like a vapor barrier. I think that's what they're called, is vapor barrier boots. For Arctic conditions, I would recommend those kind of boots. Other than that, that's about it. I thought I'd update you guys on the Belleville cold wet weather intermediate boot. And yeah, they're worth about the $90 that they are on eBay. They're roughly around $90, but then I had to pay some pretty steep shipping and handling. It was almost $40 for the shipping and handling, and then a duty fee into Canada. So I paid a little bit too much for them. Once again, though, Belleville does have boots with 600 grams of Thinsulate insulation in them, plus a Gore-Tex liner, and they run for roughly $300 and some. So I'd recommend that if you're in mild cold. And once again, in Arctic temperatures, you're going to want probably the bunny boot or the Mickey Mouse boot. I think the Mickey Mouse boot will go to -30 Celsius, and the bunny boot, the white one, made by Bata, they should be good to -60, and yeah, so I'd recommend those for really cold Arctic temperatures. Anyhow, if you like this video, click like. If you want to share, hit share. And subscribe for more videos. One more thing about these boots is that they don't breathe that well. Your feet do end up getting sweaty. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got to say about them. Okay, bye.